How big is this thing, though? Like, can it destroy my ex-wife's house? Is that possible?
There's a 100% chance that we're all going to die.
Kate? Kate?
Hey.
Well, the handsome astronomer can come back anytime, but the yelling lady, not so much.
Not so much.
In the 1998 Michael Bay film Armageddon, scientists discovered a massive asteroid on a collision course with Earth, and the United States used all of its might and ingenuity to recruit a team of heroic misfits to save the world. But after decades of inaction on climate change, the jingoistic idealism behind Armageddon now feels like an utter fantasy. Director Adam McKay updates the script in Don't Look Up, a brutally dark comedy about how greed, politics, and misinformation will doom us all. The absolutely star-studded film starts with classic apocalyptic science fiction beats as Kate, an astronomy PhD student played by Jennifer Lawrence, excitedly shares her discovery of a new comet with Leonardo DiCaprio's endearingly awkward Dr. Randall Mindy. A teachable moment of calculating the comet's trajectory turns alarming as they realize it's going to collide with Earth in 6 months. After contacting NASA, they're quickly whisked away to brief the president on their findings and are absolutely appalled by her reaction. Meryl Streep plays a leader in the mold of Donald Trump, concerned far more with optics than reality, while Jonah Hill plays her swarmy son and chief of staff. Kate and Dr. Mindy's surreal meeting with them is just the beginning of McKay's takedown of the failings of America's institutions, which at times barely feels like parody. McKay is no stranger to political films, having broken down the 2008 financial crisis in The Big Short and covered the career of Vice President Dick Cheney in Vice. And Don't Look Up feels like a continuation of his work, pointing out how we all suffer for the benefit of the few with wealth and power. Kate and Dr. Mindy find similar trouble with the press, as the public's far more interested in celebrity breakups than their findings. Ariana Grande does a spectacular job in this plotline as, fittingly, a famous pop star, seamlessly transitioning from enthusiastic activism to viciously dismissing Dr. Mindy and Kate. Mark Rylance, meanwhile, gets involved as tech billionaire Peter Isherwell. While he doesn't channel specific aspects of Mark Zuckerberg, Elon Musk, or Jeff Bezos, Rylance somehow manages to embody the qualities they all share in the unsettlingly soft-spoken Peter, who is utterly confident in his new power. So many beats of the movie feel horrifyingly real, like the head of NASA being a political appointee or Kate's parents dismissing her attempts to explain her findings by saying, "We don't want to talk politics." Even with all of Don't Look Up's fears and absurdism, it's almost too dark, asking if it's enough to try even if you fail to actually make a difference. It's also overly too long, drifting into tangents that just seem to wallow in nihilism, while other times making all too abrupt shifts in the main plot. McKay also employs some distinctively jarring film techniques like fourth wall breaking supertext and having the camera zoom in on inanimate objects as if it's grown bored with the conversation happening between the film's immensely talented cast. McKay also splices in plenty of stock nature video, unnecessarily showing what's at stake in a story that would be better off more centered on its characters. A bleak commentary on humanity's failure to address climate change, Don't Look Up eviscerates disaster movie tropes and the institutions that fail to stand up for the greater good of humanity. While McKay makes some missteps with his direction and screenplay, it's an overall strong outing driven by an incredible cast. For more, check out what we thought of West Side Story and Being the Ricardos. And for everything else, stick with IGN.
At this very moment, I say we sit tight and assess.
Sit tight and assess.
Sit tight and assess?
You want us to sit tight.
And then assess.